Daylight saving time is approaching on Sunday. What should people know in regards to their smoke detectors?
Yeah, so the fire service says that when you change your clocks, go ahead and change the battery in your smoke detector. So here we are coming up this weekend with daylight savings, and we're going to spring ahead. So when you change those clocks, we want you to put a brand new battery in those smoke detectors. Go ahead and check them. Check them for function. So there's a little button on there where you can test it. But rather than be woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning for a nuisance battery alarm, that could occur down the road, go ahead and do that this time period. So we're springing forward. Go ahead and change those batteries. Put a good quality battery in there. You know, you might also see that when you open up the battery compartment, that it's hardwired into the home, and that's true. But that doesn't charge that battery. That gives you the power to the device without the battery. So we want to make sure you have a battery, even when it's hardwired into the home.
And why do you recommend particularly changing batteries around this time of year?
Well, it's just a good reminder. So as we spring forward and fall back, this is just a good reminder when we go through daylight savings time. Go ahead and get that battery changed and make sure the detector. Take a look at its age as well. We recommend about every decade, every 10 years that you replace the device. So they're not good forever. It is a device that has elements that sense for both smoke and heat. And we want to make sure that they're properly working and they'll provide that protection that you and your family might need.
Is there anything that, like software-wise, that impacts the detector around daylight saving time, or there's nothing so much like that?
No, they're really not that high tech. They're not typically, you may have detectors in a home system that are all tied together, and also notification to an alarm company. So that they could be of that nature. But not typically do they know that the batteries need to be changed around a given time. Typically what we find in the fire department is somebody calls us out in the middle of the night and says, hey, what is that chirp, and can you make it stop? And we know right away what that is. It's a battery that's going dead in that smoke detector.
Is there anything else you would like for our audience to know?
Yeah, so lately, over the past week, we've had a lot of wind in Smith County, and we've responded to lots of tree limbs down, lots of power lines down. Those power lines sometimes can be on the ground or on top of a car or even a home. And we want to make sure that people treat them with the utmost of respect, that those power lines could be deadly. So stay away from them. Call the fire department and call the power company so that we can get that remediated.
One last thing, these smoke detectors, are they all the same type of battery normally, or do you have to really look, make sure you're getting the right one?
Yeah, largely they were using 9-volt batteries, but what we're seeing today is that there's a variety of battery conditions. It might be AA's, it might be a quad bank of AA's that are in there. So just go ahead and take a look at that, or you might already know because you changed them 6 months ago or a year ago. We hope that you're that familiar with your smoke detector.